Akihabara is Tokyo's anime central with manga, games and electronics, but is it a good place to stay? I'll show you around so you can decide if it's for you. We'll look at food options, how easily you can get to other areas of Tokyo, and have a general walk around so you can get a feel for the area. And I'll try not to get too distracted.
Oh, and look at these little fluffs.
This time my hotel was right on the station. The JR East Hotel Met's Premier Akihabara, which was such a convenient location.
I have found this a really convenient place to stay because there's so much nearby. There's lots of shops, there's arcades for the evening, bakeries, lots of places to eat, and lots of fun anime shops to browse as well. Akiba isn't a quiet or relaxed or chill place at all, so if that's what you want, it probably isn't the place for you. But it's not as crazy as somewhere like Shinjuku or Shibuya or maybe even Ikebukuro in the main section. There are a lot of people here, but it's just not quite as hyper as those areas.
It was interesting seeing these rare moments of quiet in Akihabara at night time and before 6 a.m. when we left to go to the airport.
Straight when you come out the hotel, there's this delicious looking Hokkaido ice cream directly opposite the entrance. While it is quite busy, notice how clean it is. There's a bit of litter over there, but on the whole, it's not too bad, especially when you think about the busy areas of capital cities in some countries. Today is a Sunday. It's just gone 1 p.m, but actually it's been busy every day, not just at the weekend. There always seems to be a big queue for this little Ichiban Kuji shop.
Ichiban Kuji is where you buy a ticket and get a random prize from a selection. It might be just a keyring or it might be the grand expensive prize.
There's a stamp here at the Akihabara Information Centre. They've got a little date stamp as well so you can show what day you were here. That's right opposite the JR station exit and our hotel. Obviously, if you're into anime, staying in Akihabara is amazing because it's all around you and all the shops are nearby, so if you want to pop out for something, you can. You probably end up spending a lot of money. But if you're not into anime, all the normal stuff is here as well, like all the food. There are some normal shops. There's this Atre department store behind me, so there is other stuff as well. Having Yodobashi camera on your doorstep is really useful because they sell pretty much everything. So if there's anything you need or anything you've forgotten, any little bits and pieces, you'll probably find it in there somewhere. It's also open till 10 p.m. So if you've got a bit of time at the end of the day, you can always go and browse in Yodobashi. Don't let the name camera fool you. It's not just cameras. There's electronics, there's beauty stuff, there's figures, Gachapon. The stationery section is really good. Even browsing a random section, the choice is so huge that there's always something interesting. Today's a Sunday, so the main street is pedestrianised. That gives everyone a lot more space to walk around, so even when it's busy, it's not as crowded. And you know, I was saying it takes ages to cross this massive road waiting for the traffic lights. Not an issue today. We still have to watch when we're crossing the street, the joggers. It also feels really safe in Akihabara, even at night, because there's still quite a lot of people there. It doesn't feel unsafe at all, and it doesn't feel shady. It's just gone 10 at night. The shops are shut, but the arcades are still open, like the one behind me, and it's still really lively. There's still loads of people around. There's an excellent choice of convenience stores really close by, and this Family Mart down here is open 24 hours for all your convenience store needs. There's a Family Mart, a 7-Eleven, a New Days and a Lawson's, all within really short walking distance. So whichever's your favourite, it's not far away.
Akihabara is always full of international tourists, so it's not the place to stay if you want to feel like the only foreigner there.
This is a side street off the main street. There's also a street parallel to this with lots of good shops on. So it's not just the main high street, there is more to it than that. We were just saying we often find Akihabara quite an exhausting place to visit, especially after a whole day or an afternoon there. It is quite an intense place, it's quite busy. It is sensory overload with all the music blaring, lots of lights. Everything's quite densely packed and lots of small shops going up and down staircases, so we find it quite exhausting. And there aren't many places to sit down, although someone did tell me about some secret benches which are upper level on the UDX building near the station. So if you're staying here, it is really nice that you've got somewhere you can just take a break, you can go back to your room really easily, or you can visit Akihabara in short chunks, like at the start and end of the day, rather than doing the whole thing in one day. Of course, as well as anime, if you like games, there's lots in Akihabara. There's Super Potato across the way. That's a really well-known retro game store. There's a couple of other game stores. There's also Book Off, Yodobashi Camera. Have I forgotten any? Mulan has a lot of games. I'm sure there's others too. There are also lots of maid cafes, if that's your thing. You'll see all the maids on the street giving out leaflets. At Home is a really well-known one, and Maid Dreaming, and there's lots of other ones as well. A lot of shops have multiple floors to explore. So for example, this one, Akiba Culture Zone, look how tall this building is, and every floor is pretty big on this one. There's a lot of shops within the shop. If you go just south of Akihabara, that area is called Kanda, and that has a lot of little restaurants and izakaya. It's an area that's really popular for salarymen to go drinking, so that can be a good option for the evening, and then you're within walking distance of home. You can also walk to Ueno. We filmed a street walk video to there the other day. It takes just under half an hour. We also walked to Tokyo Dome yesterday. That's about 25 minutes. You can also walk to Tokyo Station and that area with Ginza and everything. I've got a street walk video on my channel to show you what it's like. This shop, Soft Map, is really good for electronics. Look how many floors that's got. I don't know what's going on here. The Xiaomi Expo 2025. Matsukyo Kiyoshi is a drugstore or pharmacy. It's a chain with lots of branches, and there's one right here on the main street, which can be good if you need some sun cream. We picked up some stuff for insect bites the other day. This one's cashing in on the tourists with flavoured Kit Kats. Across the street there's some street food. There's crepes, Smiley crepes. Sando Lab has the deep fried sandwiches that are really popular at the moment. I'm not sure what that is next door to them. It's some sort of meat on sticks, some yakitori. So there are lots of places to get snacks and lots of restaurants around here too. There's a couple we've been to across the street over there. There's Sushiro. There's another branch of Sushiro nearer the station as well. There's Caesarea, which is the Italian family restaurant. That is so cheap in there if you just want an easy meal. There's some restaurants in that building. Tully's Coffee is a cafe. Retro Game Camp is another retro game store. That one definitely has a downstairs basement level. It's really cramped in there. They've got a lot of stuff in a small shop. Up there's a yakiniku restaurant, Spice Bistro. I guess that must be curry. There's a darts bar up there. Looks like they've got karaoke too. So there's lots of stuff that you might not even realise is there when you're on street level. And of course, there's our favourite Coca Curry, which is on the other main street. And there's lots more independent restaurants that you might not have heard of as well. I'm just mentioning the chains because they're places that people know and that you might have heard of before. Here's the Appa Hotel, Akihabara Suehirocho Ekime. That is right on the main street. Quite a tall hotel. Akihabara station's just down there. It's about level with where the bridge is. That's the railway bridge. And of course there's Don Quijote, which is open at all hours and always has interesting stuff in. Here's a ramen store, Hakata Furyu Tonkotsu Ramen. That's ramen from Hakata in Fukuoka. They give you up to 2 noodle refills for free. That's called kaidama, so go there if you're hungry. This restaurant's open till 2 a.m. I think lots of people like having ramen after they've been out drinking. And if you like ramen, Ramen Street in Tokyo Station is only 2 stops away on the train on the Yamanote line, or you could even walk there. Here's a little Gachapon store. This is one of the original ones that had lots of Gachapon machines before the even bigger ones started opening. It's a lot less shiny.
Tiny by comparison.
Yeah, it's so small by comparison. These are cute animal scrunchies. Oh look, they've got pass holders for your Super card. I haven't seen them in Gachapon before. Guinea pigs with sunglasses, like the heart glasses. Oh, and there's flock hamsters. The popcorn's little animals. What's with this really muscly kiwi bird? I think it's a kiwi. Ma, on your mark, Maron is chestnut. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, and plushy Akabeko. They're cute. Oh, and look at these little fluffs. Our friend's been trying to get the green one of this phone. Phil's already got it. We'll see if we can get him one. Oh, the black one.
I don't have that one though.
How many did he got? 6 the other day, and then last night we got 3 more. Still no green phone. There's a change machine if you run out of money for Gachapon. I'm gonna get these guinea pigs. 400 yen. Turn clockwise. I think they're all good. Which one have I got? It's got a brown bum. That one probably, looking at the colour. Phil's found this lie detector Gachapon. What should we ask Phil? Did you buy anything secret?
I'm by asking you the questions.
Oh, no. Okay.
Do you think this was a waste of money?
No, it was only 300 or 400 yen. Oh. It really keeps you waiting. Oh. Alfil, did you buy anything secretly when you went off to Tsurugia with Chop the other day? Yesterday? That you didn't tell me about?
No, I did not.
It really keeps you waiting. Ah, the truth.
One of us is honest.
Here's another chain, Moss Burger, and they do have veggie burgers. I really like their teriyaki veggie burger, although there is some controversy about whether the sauce is vegetarian, so maybe stick to the one that says plant-based. Akihabara is really well connected. It's on the Yamanote line, which is always useful. That's the loop line that goes around Tokyo. It's also on the Chuo Sobu line, which goes across the city, which is really good for getting across to Shinjuku, or if you want to go to Shibuya, that's a good line to take. It takes 19 minutes on the local train, which stops at every station. There's also a metro station you can walk to, and if you want to go to Asakusa, there's the Tsukuba Express, which takes you there in 4 minutes. If you're going on the Shinkansen, you can either go 2 stops on the Yamanote line to Ueno if you're going north or east towards Tohoku and Hokkaido, or if you're going towards Kyoto and Osaka, you go just a couple of stops south on the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, and you can get there really quickly to take the Shinkansen from there. From Haneda Airport, take the monorail to Hamamutsucho, then you can take the Yamanote line round to Akihabara. We did have a quick look if there was a bus, but they don't run buses from Haneda Airport to Akihabara anymore. I didn't expect to see that. We're just in the back streets and there's Sephirothic Tree, a Lolita dress shop. Here's Surugaya Specialty Store. There's some vending machines outside selling trading cards, one-piece cards, and Jewel Masters. I wonder if they're open when the shop's shut. These back streets are a bit quieter if you need a break from the crowds on the main street. Oh look, there's another retro game shop here in the back streets. Oh, it's a branch of Surugaya. Here's another retro game shop. It's called Beep. Apparently they sell arcade boards and they offer tax-free shopping for foreigners if you spend 5,000 yen or more. Going down a staircase like this is not unusual in Japan, especially in Akihabara. Here's lots more card vending machines. Every Friends, every TCG trading card game. Here's another shop with trading card vending machines. A little restaurant there, beef bowls by look at, and you order on a vending machine. Here's a soba noodle restaurant. Soba restaurants usually have tempura to go with it as well. It looks really cheap, everything's under 1,000 yen. Here's Deer Stage, which is an idol venue and bar. That's where Denpagumi Inc. first came from. Oh, there's Niji no Conquistador. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Here's a curry rice restaurant. Got all sorts of curries. The most expensive one there is 1,100 yen. Oh, it's the hard off fan. There's a chicken ramen restaurant there on the corner. Looks like another restaurant too that's got Neapolitan spaghetti with a big egg on the top. That's for moon viewing, tsukimi, because we're in September. Down here is a ramen restaurant that has vegetarian ramen called Kyushu Jangara. It always seems to be pretty popular, this one. I've been to the branch in Ginza. They've got several branches, as well as one in Harajuku. Their prices are a bit more expensive than a lot of ramen restaurants, but it is very good. And is that beef bowls across the way? Just across the way they've got pizza if you don't like Japanese food. And this is at the bottom of the Noga Hotel. If you're thinking about staying there, this one's in the back streets. And this is on a side street, just level with Don Quijote, which is along there. That's the main street at the end there. There is also Yoshinoya. We went there for breakfast the other day. If you like conveyor belt sushi, there's no Kura sushi here. There are 2 branches of Sushi Row, and there's Hama Sushi right by the station.
The Sushi Row that's further from the station has these giant touchscreens. It's a bit like ordering sushi at the cinema.
Looks like they're building something on the corner here. I wonder what that's going to be. We'll find out next time. Now let's go and have a quick look in Don Quijote so you can see what that's like. I keep forgetting it's pedestrianised and that you can just walk out onto the main street. It feels unnatural. You'll notice that Labubus have made it to Japan as well. They're actually made by Pop Mart, which I think is a Chinese company. There's Pachinko and Don Quixote is this way. Well, these look cute. Here's the machine where you can make your own Hanko stamp. And the AKB48 theatres here as well. AKB48 is that massive idol group. We're straight into the cute stuff section. Hello, Chikawa. Lots of Godzilla there. Cute stuff. A little shrine to Vocaloid. Don Quixote has lots of bathroom stuff and cosmetics if you need that. Essentials like stick-on diamantes, makeup, all these things can be useful if you're staying here. There's a lot to look at, but it is very busy and crowded and overwhelming in here. I think Donkey has some really good Sanrio stuff. I actually prefer it to the Sanrio store. If you buy too much and you need suitcases, they've got them here. Although actually I've seen suitcases in quite a lot of places just going around. There's the protein corner. The Donkey penguin looks ripped. There's a load of cosplay stuff here in Donkey as well, and costumes. There's those giant dinosaurs. Sometimes people are worried about Akihabara being a bit seedy with all the maids on the street, but honestly, the maids just look cute. It's not really like that. Maybe it is underneath, but on the surface, it's all cute, and most of them are pretty innocent. And the maids don't harass you at all. If you ignore them, they don't talk to you, so it's really not a problem.
Some stores have over 18 sections, so that's something to be aware of if you're travelling as a family.
If you're going to Tokyo Disney, being on the east side of Tokyo is also really good because you get the train line from Tokyo Station and it's really quick on the KO line to Disney.
I'd often visited Akiba but not really thought of it as a place to stay, but it was surprisingly convenient. It's well connected on the train and there's lots right there in terms of places to eat, useful shops, convenience stores and arcades. If you're planning a Japan trip and you find my videos useful, my guidebook has help with choosing hotels and booking everything right from the start. The link to get it's in the description. I'll see you next week with new Japan videos every Thursday.